Do you remember the Wild West days of Wattpad? I'm talking about 2013, when under your blanket at 3 a.m. you could be reading a One Direction fanfic that somehow involved the mafia, a bakery, and Starbucks. Yes, the grammar was terrible, the plot holes were massive, but there was one thing that was absolutely perfect: the flow of the story. You could binge read 50 chapters in a single night without stopping. No interruptions, no paywalls, and most importantly, no unskippable ads for mobile games popping up right when the main character is about to confess their love. This is Red Chaos 1, and we're going to look at why ads are eating Wattpad alive. So, if you're new to this channel, I am a web fiction writer. I have an Afro fantasy story which mixes in sci-fi and fantasy and action scenes straight out of a shonen. This story is Moari Saga. You can see images, artwork from it, which is now flipping off the screen, and I'm currently posting chapters of it on wattpad.com. So if you're interested, you can go down to the description. You'll find a link to it, as well as a link to my Instagram if you're interested in all of that. So let's get on with the rest of the video. Today, the Wattpad experience is different. It's fragmented, it's monetized, and for many users, it feels like the platform has sold its soul to the highest bidder. But is that actually true? Or is that just the inevitable cost of keeping such a massive platform alive? Today we're doing a deep dive into why ads have taken over Wattpad and what it means for the future of digital storytelling. To understand ads, we have to understand the scale. For a long time, Wattpad operated on a growth-first mindset. It was mostly described by a lot of people as the YouTube of writing. The goal wasn't to make money immediately, the goal was just to get everyone on the app, and it worked. Close to 90 million users are on Wattpad as we speak. Millions of users have uploaded what could possibly be in the billions in terms of content on Wattpad. But here's the hard truth about the internet. Hosting text is cheap, but hosting images, covers, and millions of active users on profiles that reach into 90 million monthly, that is incredibly expensive. For years, Wattpad was essentially burning venture capital money to keep the lights on. They were a free library for a world where the rent was now due. Now, this shift didn't happen overnight, but the nail in the coffin for the ad-free era came with two major events. First was the introduction of Wattpad Premium and paid stories. This was the first signal that the free ride was ending. They needed to pay authors to keep high-quality talent from leaving for such places as Amazon Kindle or serialized apps like Radish, or even just striking it out into traditional publishing. Wattpad needed to retain those authors. And then came the titan itself, Never, I don't know how it's described, I'm sorry. Now, Never is the South Korean giant behind Webtoon, and it acquired Wattpad in 2021. So, when a company spends 600 million United States dollars to buy you, they expect a return on that investment. They aren't running a charity for Harry Styles fanfiction. They're running a business. And this is where the aggression comes in. See, the ads aren't just to pay the bills anymore. They're there to frustrate you. And one thing that I need to clarify is, from what I have seen, this is mainly for those of us who use the mobile app, which can be difficult because for you to move to the PC or the laptop versions, because the mobile app is just very convenient. For me, I can be writing anywhere with it in my pocket. But like I said, the ads aren't just to pay the bills anymore. They're there to frustrate you. It's a classic mobile app strategy called manufactured friction. So by placing the ads in the most intrusive places possible, specifically between chapters of a binge-worthy book, they're intentionally breaking your immersion. They know that most people enter a flow state, and that flow state will be disrupted when a giant ad comes into your face. They're offering you a solution to a problem that they have essentially created. And the solution? Do you hate the ads? Just buy premium. It's not just about the revenue, it's about getting you to buy into a subscription model. So effectively, the ads make the money, and if you don't like the ads, chances are you're eventually just going to get the subscription so that you don't ever have to see the ads again. Now, to be fair, and we have to be fair, there is a moral argument for the ads. For over a decade, writers on Wattpad provided free content, bringing millions of eyes to the site, and they got paid essentially nothing. The ad revenue split, however small it might be for some, and the creator programs are an attempt to make writing a viable career on Wattpad. If we want writers to treat their stories professionally, the platform has to generate revenue. Like I said, Wattpad wants to retain some of its bigger authors, because when people make it big on Wattpad, let's say someone is hitting maybe 20,000 or God forbid 1 million views, the incentive for them to stay on Wattpad is greatly diminished, because most of those people can just publish traditionally and enough people know about their book that they'll buy it, or they can go to other platforms who can offer them that. Like I said also, the platform has to generate revenue. YouTube does it, Twitch does it, why shouldn't Wattpad? But the problem isn't the existence of ads, it's the implementation. YouTube ads usually, and this is usually with big quotations, appear at the start or they're skippable. Wattpad ads often feel predatory. They come up behind you like you're in a shower in a prison and you just dropped the soap. That's just how aggressively they come at you, and they really break the immersion. So, what is the result? Well, we're seeing a slow migration. Many die-hard fanfiction communities who built Wattpad are kind of drifting to places like AO3, which is a non-profit and completely ad-free. The original fiction authors, many are looking to places like Railroad or Inkit. Wattpad is betting that the casual mobile user, the ones who are used to ads on TikTok and Instagram, won't mind the interruptions. They're betting on casuals replacing the purists. And I know that I'm going to take a step back. This sounds very, very gatekeepy. Like, oh yes, I'm a purist writer and purist fanfiction reader on Wattpad. Like, yeah, it sounds very pompous and arrogant, but there is a sense of a migration. Like, some people are definitely moving. I don't think it will heavily affect Wattpad's bottom line, because Wattpad is still the most popular web fiction platform in the West compared to like the others like Railroad. Wattpad is definitely number one, but there are definitely people who could still be on Wattpad if it was like the way it was before, but they've moved out. So ads took over Wattpad because the internet has also kind of changed. The era of everything is free is kind of dead. Server costs, corporate acquisitions, and the need to pay creators has forced the platform to evolve. But there's a fine line between monetization and user hostility. Right now, Wattpad is dancing on that line, and if they push too hard, they might find that they monetize a platform that no one wants to read anymore. But what do you think? Have the ads made you stop reading so much? Did you finally cave in and buy premium? Or are you like me, who's willing to take the ads and keep reading the book, just you're not willing to pay for that premium stuff? Let me know in the comments below. And like I said before, my book Mori Saga is on Wattpad itself. I'm actually kind of doing very well as of late in terms of views and votes. I'm somewhere around 600. I'm hoping that I can reach 1000 reads by the end of maybe March. So if you're interested, you can go to the description. You'll find the link to the story. It's called Mori Saga. It's an Afro high fantasy story with sci-fi elements and, like I said, action scenes straight out of a shonen anime. This has been Red Chaos One. Thank you for giving me your time, and I'm signing off.